Oh, hey, let's play some Go. We got a real close game for you today. This one is even Steven all the way through the game until the very end. So, I'm Black, playing as 9K. This is from a few months ago, and I was playing another 9K. So, even game, even Steven. Let's get into it. I had the first move. Take the upper right-hand corner. We each take a corner. That's how she goes. All right, so then we throw in on the bottom of the middle board there. Middle of the bottom board, I should say. Jump off, sure. Ooh, white gets aggressive right off the bat. Look at that. Just jumps right in the middle. Interesting. I don't love that. Playing as black, so we kind of force our way out there. Already not looking great. We have basically two groups to deal with, right? We have this one, and by splitting them in the middle, I can only really play one at a time now. I like how I started. We got to pick one to try and keep. We jump over to the right and put some pressure on his stone. So he's kind of on the run now too, right? But also, so am I. Unless I can sneak underneath here maybe and connect up. But we'll see how that plays out. Oh, no, we pushed to the right instead. Actually, I don't mind that. We get a little bit of strength down here. Yeah, sure. Lots of forcing moves, right? Like pushing to the right, threatening to cut underneath, forcing white to respond, and that just gives us a little bit of leeway. Now, that said, I don't know if I'm going to live down here, right? That's threatening to cut under, sure. Oh, maybe this will work? Yeah, look at that. We salvaged it. That was a beautiful little steal there. He cut us here, left us with one lonesome little stone out here, and we sort of pushed to the right, threatened to cut underneath his little group here, jump back to the left, threatening to connect up to my other group, and in doing that, we got two eyes. We're alive. We're officially alive down there. That's in much better shape than we were like 15 moves ago, but we're still, it's not great. It's even at this point, but I'd say white probably has an advantage because my group here, I'm on the run. I have 0 territory captured. This is going to have to go somewhere to make anything happen. Meanwhile, his splitting group that he used, with one play, he's going to link up. He's got the next play. I wouldn't be surprised if he jumps in there at this point right here, just to make it completely safe. But he does have a few cutting points that I can potentially exploit a little later in the game. Like if I can get a stone out here, and then I can cut and I can kind of ladder my way into myself, right? If I have a bit of a framework built up over in the right-hand side. But we'll see how that plays out. But all that to say, his group here, he's probably not threatened if he links up. And then realistically, this is all going to get connected, I imagine, and probably push up this way and start to capture that whole right-hand corner. So he's probably safer than I am. Just a long-winded way of saying that. So what happens? He protects his first cutting point. I think that's actually a really smart move because with that one play, he's completely sealed up that corner now. I can play close, but I'm not going to jump in there. It's just suicide at that point. And there we go. So actually, this is the point I was talking about because I could threaten to cut there. And it doesn't really matter what side he goes on. He could go above or below. So say he goes up here, puts me into Atari. I link up to my larger group down here. Totally safe. It's fine. And it still leaves me a potential cutting point here. But if he pushes low, then I obviously go up because I'm in Atari. And all of a sudden, I have a slight wall built up there. And that actually puts this group of 4 white stones in a lot more trouble. So I would say he'll probably go up top, I imagine. Sure enough, pushes me down, and then I'm assuming he connects up. He does. All right, so more or less what I expected happened. Took a few more moves, but generally what I was expecting. Look at that, though. We do take the cut. Take it a little early. I had talked about maybe having a stone up here. Another one could be here, and that just gives me a place to go now. I guess I won't get laddered, right, necessarily, because I'm putting him into Atari first, so he's got to make the first move, and then I can play off. I can go here, and I won't be into Atari, but, or into a ladder, I guess, but it would be nice to have something up here, just so I can kind of back into that, right, and have that safety net, but got aggressive. White got aggressive early, so it looks like I chose to get aggressive early too. And the nice thing about these games is I haven't played this or looked at it since I played it. So this is a few months old, and I don't know exactly how it turns out, which is kind of a fun way to replay these and see if I would make the same moves. Maybe I'd do something different. Just try and spot some mistakes. Try and get better. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to help you do. We're all trying to get better. So, white connects up, sure. And I have this lonesome stone out here, which I'm probably going to have to address. And we do. I like that play, pushing up, because, again, we're trying to capture this group. If I can get one more play, like here, this group's captured. We'd have a full net, basically, around this. Maybe he could sneak out this way. He could play here, but then I'd probably go here, force him back. There's a chance he could sneak underneath here, and then I play here. Then he maybe cuts me here, and then he attacks this stone, right? Maybe we'll just play that out real quick. So white could go, whoops. White could go here, then I'd go here. Then white probably goes here, right? That said, I can put him into Atari. No, actually, no, because then I'd put him into Atari down. He goes down. I go here. He tries to run out, whatever. I kill him off. So, okay, so actually, if I can get one more play then around here, I can kill this group off. So that's where this little two stone group comes into play. White realizes that, has to address it, jumps out. Sure. We threaten to cut in. All right, so now he's got at least one connection, right? Because I can jump into either one of these spots, but he'll take the other one, and he's out. He's not going to be captured yet. Maybe later, but there's a good chance he's going to sneak out this way. And also, I have to sneak out this way, and I have this group of two, which has to sneak out. So we got a lot of sneaking out to do here. There we go. And we address the two stone group first. Push to the right. Again, I definitely am looking to see some territory built up over here. I need a play or two somewhere there just so I can run that way if I have to save these three. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble. Exactly what we talked about. I don't think white needs to do this, but he is pushing underneath. More or less like I expected. All right, that's played out almost exactly as expected. He didn't cut. Instead, he sealed off the corner, which is a valid move. It's a little more defensive because now he's going to try and take that corner. Which, sure, that's fine. But I still put this stone into Atari, so at the end of the day, it didn't even matter. And that's going to be a kill. Oh, and actually, you know what? That little sequence may have benefited me, because if I can play here now, all of a sudden this group of mine, it doesn't have to run out anymore because I'd be connected underneath to this group, which is 100% alive. So white may have kind of misfired there and given me an opportunity as black without realizing it, because now he's moved away and addressed these three stones instead. So interesting to watch out if I try and connect up there, or if I run out to the left, to the middle of the board there. What do we do? Fair enough. I think we have to address these, like one or two more moves and these three would be lost. And it's not a huge deal to lose three stones, but the bigger picture is I would be losing all this space, and in doing so, giving white like a massive corner of territory. I'd be way behind if I let that happen. So at least if I keep them alive, it gives me a chance to threaten in here. I'm threatening this stone potentially. Just gives me a shot. There we go. We push right in. Exactly what we talked about. It's almost like I know how this guy plays, right? Whether or not that's a good idea, I don't know, but that's, at least I know how I play, and I play consistently, I guess. Or my thoughts are consistent. White blocks it. You can see what he's trying to do. Make a nice line there to capture all that, which is a good play, I think, on his part. Looks a little precarious, I would say. This is a nice play just to give me a little bit of life here. I can definitely run out, but I can also be captured for sure. There's a good chance I can get an eye in here somewhere. Realistically, I probably won't get two in there, so I think I am going to have to run out, but we'll see. White's doing the same thing though, right? Because he didn't get this connection under here. He's got to push out this way. He's got no territory captured, right? So his group is certainly in potentially trouble. Not necessarily trouble yet, but there's potential for trouble. Okay, we're starting to push out. This does a couple things. It gives my group here, which is not really alive yet, don't really have any territory captured. It just gives me that little bit of leeway to run out if I have to. I like that. And it's also trying to box out some territory, right? Trying to get a little bit of framework now. We'll get an eye down here with this kill, and then if I can get another eye in here somewhere, then all of a sudden we don't have to run, and this is a safe group. It's small, but it would be alive, just like this group here. So what does white do to address that? Nothing. Completely ignores it. Touche, sir. Touche. Pushes up. I don't like this a lot. Because he's got a couple things. He could be threatening my group and kind of expanding at the same time by playing maybe out here. He could be threatening, I don't know, this group. He could be running further out with this one or trying to do something with that. I don't know. He could push here. Seems like a missed opportunity there for white. There we go. See, I like this play right here. He's with one stone. Look how much more space he's kind of captured, right? He's got all this with one play. Whereas this stone didn't capture anything. It forced me a little bit up here, but didn't really capture anything. So we addressed that, sure. So that upper right-hand corner, that's mine now. Easy peasy. Here we go. White starts to address this group. Takes away an eye because he puts me into Atari. I have to link up. And you can see how just like with this stone now and this stone, like this group is in trouble. I'm behind enemy territory right now. This is one group of white. We got this group of white, and I mean they're not fully linked up there yet, but more or less, and I am inside of that, right? Like I'm inside of white's group right now. That's not good. Especially with that play, sure. We force the Atari there. Seems like not a big deal, but it gives me the chance I can play here. And I think we'll get at least one eye in here now, right? We'll have one. We still got to run out. But it just gives us, that forcing move just gives us a little bit of potential breathing space. We might be alive again here. I might have 3 really small alive groups, which is unusual. That could be one. That could be one. And this is one. So it's living dangerously, though. Don't love that. Because one wrong move and that whole group is dead, and then the game's pretty much over. White trying to box me in a little bit, but I'm kind of out, right? Next move I can play, maybe here, and then I'm not boxed in anymore. Or we threaten to cut right, sure. Play Atari. I don't. Kind of a missed. I guess it's safe now. I was gonna say a missed opportunity by white to maybe play here and just seal me up, so I can't sneak out this way. But I'm pretty sure I'm alive now. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 potential spots for eyes. White can push in here, but then I play here. Actually, then white could go here. I think white could still kill this group off. So I think that was probably a missed opportunity by white. He probably should have been attacking this. But instead he chose to go up here. Be interesting to see if I address this now. Don't. Okay. I think I missed this maybe at the time then, because this is in danger. I either need to play here and run out, or I need to solidify some eyes in here, because that's in trouble. This play up here, sure, it does a couple things. Puts the pressure on these two, and it maybe makes this jump. I mean, realistically, I'm not going to capture all that. There's a lot of space there between those 2 stones, but one more play in there, I could get a big chunk of the top of the board, which would be nice. White helping out his 2 stones there, sure. Then we probably could jump left. Yep. So there we go. With 3 stones up here, we've captured half of the top of the board, which is nice. And white, we can put the pressure on that group there. There we go. This is a nice play. See, this I like, because this does 2 things. Again, if you can get sort of a 2-for-1 deal with 1 stone, that's always nice, if you can address 2 issues at once. One issue is, we just mentioned it, this group up here, we need to attack this. It's not settled, doesn't have eyes. It probably will be, but I can poke right in the middle there, right? Because there's a ton of open space between those 2. I can push in there. Don't want them to capture all this. So that's doing that. But it's also giving my group down here that's in a lot of trouble, it's just giving it a little bit of a lifeline, right? White can cut me off, sure, but then I can put white into Atari. Maybe he cuts me again. So I'm not out of the woods, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, and I think white made a mistake there as well. White probably should have gone at 0-11 and cut me off right here. And then he could fully seal this group up, and I think I would be dead. But I didn't connect either, sure. White jumped out there. I think this P11 would be a really nice play right now. Yes, because we put him into Atari, so he's got to respond, and it also basically makes this position uncuttable now, so that we're not boxed in anymore. We can jump out this way, right? And maybe we can make this connection here to this corner. If we do that, we're alive. Whereas right now, I could still be killed. White ignores it. Wow, he's just giving me a huge lifeline. Super curious to see if I take this kill or not. I think I should take the kill at Q12 because it basically guarantees that this group will be alive, and I don't need to save the stone. White can push up into the corner if he wants, but I have this group up here, right? So take the kill. Please tell me I take the kill. I didn't take the kill. Come on. Maybe I've improved since this game, even though technically I think my rank is a little worse. I'm like 11K right now because I've lost a lot of games recently, but I think I should have taken that kill. But we have another little battle setting up over here now, right? He's got a group of 2. I have a group of 2, both just kind of on their own. Both going to try and live over there. So we both, looks like we're putting the pressure on each other a little bit. That's a nice chunk of territory up here. That kind of, whoops, mouse is a little wonky. That worked out well in terms of territory. That's a nice chunk of the board. White can threaten a little bit, these kind of singular stones here, but that's generally on lockdown, and that's a nice piece. Meanwhile, this group of 2 has seen better days, for sure. We have to address that, 100%. And interestingly enough, just how I can start to watch this unfold a little bit, White's probably going to be fine here. Looks like he's got lots of space to live. But my little group of 4, not in great shape. I can probably get an eye under here. But it looks like now we have this group here, right? I'm most likely going to connect those up. If I can do that, I think they're going to be fine. We have the eye down here. We'll have another one over here. If I can make that link, we'll be okay. If I don't, then this group of 4, keep an eye on that. That might be trouble. What do we do here? Pushing to the right, making that connection. It's going to be tough for White to cut off now with that 1 extra stone. Look at that. Connect it up, take the kill. Bing, bang, boom. Bob's your uncle. So this is a super funny shape for a group now. Like if I kind of outline what I think will sort of be my final territory, something like that. Long, skinny, funny looking group, but we'll get an eye down here, potentially get another eye here if we need. I think we can get one over here on the left-hand side as well. So I think we're fine. But it was a little precarious, and also the White was getting some sort of 2-for-1 action here too, right? By playing these couple and pressuring my group here. Look what he's built out. That's a nice piece of territory. That completely counteracts what I have up here. They're pretty similar in size. And the same, actually White's got less stones to do it. So White's done a really good job of being efficient down here and capturing that lower left-hand corner. If it gets really tight, I wouldn't put it against myself to jump in here at the 3-3 and try and steal like 5 or 10 points down there if we need to. But we'll see how that plays out. What's next here? Just to take a look at the board. I don't know. Like this is still pretty even, right? Because now I think White had the advantage to start the game. We did manage to survive. Like this group's alive. This group's going to be, I think, alive now. And this funny, wonky looking group, that's going to be alive. So no major kills. I took a little kill down here. I have the opportunity to take another little kill there. I got this sort of big corner. White's got this big corner. White has a nice chunk there, though, too. Like, if anything, White maybe has a bit of an advantage. But, I mean, I also have this corner. I think it's pretty close. And this here could turn into a nice little chunk of territory. Especially if White is able to sort of... If he can make this connection... Sorry. If he can make this connection here... and maybe try and seal me up here, then all of a sudden that's a pretty big group, right? So that's worth monitoring for sure. Trying to seal me up. Okay, I like this. We're pushing in, and this big chunk, we're threatening these two now. I love this because it's giving me a push in there and potentially giving me a kill. We'll see what White does. Sure. Okay, didn't get the kill, but I stole a few points down there for sure, so I like that. Hey, and then look at this. We take the kill over here, and we're threatening again. I like that. And finally, we have an official connection now. So this group up here, which is probably going to be alive, we have officially connected now, right? We have a dragon's mouth here, and we got that connection there. So that is fully linked up. Not going to get killed off. We're finally safe. Living on the edge there for a bit, but we came back from the brink of disaster. White pushing into my upper left, sure, block him off. And that did exactly what we talked about. White's got a nice strong line there, and he's almost got this one, right? If he can link there and link there, that's a pretty solid chunk of the board. Well on him for that. Play a safety move there. Can't disagree with that because he could have put me into a double Atari by playing there at G15. White does a safety move as well. All right, so we both just sort of reassessed and said, all right, I don't want you to go crazy here. We're just going to shore up our defenses a tiny bit. So what do I do next? What do you think would make sense here? We could certainly still push in here. That is worth a couple stones. We could try and push around this corner, but that's not a lot's going to come of that. We could also push this way. I think either addressing this gap or this gap makes a lot of sense. Maybe we play here. G9 gives us the opportunity to Atari this stone. Or maybe we jump up here somewhere, even to here. I could definitely see this area. What do we got? Sure enough, G9. Look at that. White plays a safe move, then caps me off more or less. Sure, put him in Atari. So at least we ate up a couple points there, right? A couple forcing moves. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got maybe 8 points out of that we kind of stole back. Or at least just didn't give away. We didn't really steal it. We just prevented White from taking that for himself. Then we push up here, sure. And this is the one kind of big area that was left was this gap. White jumps right in the middle to seal me off, preventing me, or trying to prevent me from doing exactly what I just did down here. Like, I want to steal those 8 to 10 points. Looks like we might get some. We get the Atari. We didn't get much. We pushed in a little bit, sure. Sort of solidified the edge of our wall, so that's safe. Not a whole lot left to happen in this game now. We're 160 moves in. I can probably fly through the rest. Maybe not quite. Look at that. So 3-3. I'm just going to back it up one move. So I'm assuming this game was pretty even. I was a bit behind. I'm just going to check the AI to estimate the score. White by, there we go. White by 9 points. So I'm 9 or 10 points behind right now. And like I said, if I need to make up 8 to 10 points, I wouldn't put it past myself to jump in here at the 3-3 and try and steal that. And if I can steal 8 points, 9 points, 10 points, then guess what? I've just flipped that, and then I'm up by 9. So how does this work out? We'll play this through, and then we can probably fly through the end of the game. So back to the board. We jump into the 3-3. I don't know if this is going to work. What does White do? This is something I definitely like to do once in a while, just because... Oh, we got a nice, oh yeah, we're gonna get a kill down there. I'm gonna back this up. Sometimes it was a little tight. If there's space, if I'm on the if the opponent's in the 4-4 and I jump in on the 3-3 and there's a lot of space above and beside, like he hasn't come in too close yet to support his stone, I love doing that because you can generally steal that. But white he had some support already, right? He had this and he had this. Actually, I'll just back it up a couple more here. White's got a little bit of support, right? I can't run this way forever. I can't run this way forever. Let's just watch again how this plays out. Tries to box me in from the top, which I think makes sense. There's more room up there, so sure. So I push to the right. White sneaks around the left, sure. I threaten to put that stone into Atari. He's got to address that, so it's kind of a forcing move. Next play, we play down here, and this is where it gets interesting. I'm threatening to go here with my next move, right? Because if I can connect underneath, all that's alive. I've swung that 9-point advantage to me, and I've probably won the game. So what white has to do is, whoops, lost the camera, there we go. He's got to take that away. Put him into Atari, sure. So he's sealed up that connection. I can't cut underneath anymore. But look at this group. 5 stones, he's got 1, 2, 3. He's only got 4 liberties left, and there are serious disadvantages because there's a cutting point right there, and no matter what side he wants to, it goes here or here, I'll link up. That said, if I play, just play it out. If I play here and he goes here, I'm in a bit of trouble because then he's got a double Atari. But then maybe I go here, he takes that kill, but then guess what? I go here and I've still taken that corner. I've sacrificed a couple stones here, but I probably won the game. And how did white do this? I play it. I didn't hit the cutting point. Yes. See, white could have done basically what we just showed. He could have played here, put this stone into Atari, but then I still could have cut him off there. So it didn't really matter. But he threatens the actual corner itself. Sure. I ignore that because look at that. So the same kind of a flipped scenario. I was willing to sacrifice a couple stones here, but now instead of that, I'm willing to sacrifice this stone if it means I get this connection, right? And then all of a sudden these are alive because they're connected up to this bigger group. And I've still probably stole those 8 points. Even if I steal like 5 points, I'll win the game, right? So, because that's 5 away from my opponent and 5 to me, which is a 10-point swing. We only needed 9, or we were behind by 9, I should say. So, if we get 10, that's a win. So this is super close. The game kind of hinges on this. I threatened to link up. White cuts, but now guess what? Those last couple plays, he had 4 liberties here. All of a sudden, he's down to 2, and he's not connected. Mind you, I have to address my stone here. I have to address these 2 as well. He could certainly attack any of those, but his group of 5 is in serious trouble. So what does he do? Or what do I do? I like that. We're saying, sure, take this kill if you want, but then you're in Atari, you got to link back up, and then you're still only having 3 liberties. My group potentially has more. I'm willing to risk this little battle right now and sacrifice that stone still. White doesn't take the bait. Oh, I was so excited for this because I thought I killed off this group of 5, and I totally blew it. Now that I see this, what was my last play? I played there. Yeah, I don't think I played this right. Yeah, a couple things. Because white could play here and kill this stone. Or white could play here, which puts my group of 4 into Atari and there's nothing I can do. And then he'd kill me with the next play. So that group's kind of dead, actually. And if white were to play here, he puts this group of 2 into Atari. I come out, doesn't matter. He plays here, I'm dead. So I think actually white's fine down here. I think I misread this just now, thinking I could kill these off because I don't think that's going to happen. Unless I don't think I'm going to kill it, but that doesn't mean I can't still live here. Even if he kills off these two and this group of 5 of his lives, that's fine. If I can still get this group, we might have still won the game if we can still live. So he puts me into Atari, sure. Whatever, I force him into Atari. I think I've got this now, right? Because it doesn't matter what he does, I've got an eye here. Actually, I have to take this kill. With the next move, there we go. Because now I have 2 eyes. So this group has officially lived. We sacrificed a couple stones here. Man, this was a roller coaster. Thought I got a kill, thought I blew it. But no, I think this actually worked out. We sacrificed these few here. Sure, we lose a couple points, but look at this. We didn't have any of this before. And that's, there's a couple more moves to play out there, but that's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's our 10 points. That's a 20-point swing, which means instead of being down by 9, I'm up by about 10. Or maybe 11 at this point. Give or take. White, interesting. Yeah, I guess I probably have to link up there now. Yep. Atari, sure. Now we can fly through the rest, because this is just going to be end game type stuff. I'm glad we slowed it down there for that corner. That was kind of fun. Yeah, and now it's end game stuff. We're fighting over the last little scraps at the edges of the board. Little safety play there by white. Sure, you got to do what you got to do to stay alive. White threatens in that way. Link up. Sure, steals a couple points. So keep in mind, this game was super tight, right? And I still think, like, I'm not good enough to like just count this board in my head. I think that's pretty advanced to do that, unless you want to spend half an hour doing that. But I'm just going to quickly check the score. White by 8 still. So we made a little bit of a comeback, but not enough. We've eked out a couple more points, but we're still down by 8 according to the computer. Interesting. Man, maybe I don't get the comeback here. So yeah, because we're just fighting over like 1 or 2 points each play here. Let's check it again. What's happened? That was a lot of end game. White by 10. All right, so it seems pretty obvious now that white has a slight advantage here by 9, 10 points. And I don't think there's anywhere I can really make that up, right? Like, what do we got? Threaten to cut in, sure. Maybe I can exploit down here if I threaten here. Then it's kind of a forcing move. Maybe I can live. Maybe I can live down there. That's a ballsy throw in though. If I look at this, it's like I'm playing myself. And this is what would have been doing during the game, right? Because I'm down like the last handful of moves. I realize I've been checking the score. It's, it's what you should be doing if you have that tool. You're down by 8 or 10 points. You have to be aggressive. And you're looking at the board. What's left? That's kind of it. I'm threatening to cut here and maybe kill these 3 off. And if I can live, that's the game. So I'm forcing white. And this is what I saw, right? Because these 3... they're not like super weak, but he's going to have to link up. But then guess what? He connects up to this group. And there's a serious cutting point there because he'll be down to not a lot of liberties and I can cut that point. Right, let me just show you. I play here. Sure, he links up. Say he plays somewhere else. I don't know. No, sorry, it's my turn next. I play here. I cut him. He's in trouble now. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties, but he's kind of boxed in. Meanwhile, my group of 2 has 1, 2, 3 liberties. What's he do? Maybe he plays here. I come out. He's got to address that. All of a sudden, my group it's just getting more and more liberties, and I can slowly cutting this group off, and maybe I can kill that off, and that would 100% win the game. So that's what I'm threatening to do. Does it happen? I don't know. What does white do here? So I threaten to cut. White responds. There we go. We make the actual cut that I wanted to make. White forces. Okay. I still not looking great, to be honest. This is a Hail Mary at this point. But the secondary effect of like, hey, maybe I can kill this group off. with this group is this little group of mine. Maybe I can force my way up this way and just pressure these two into this group, and maybe I can indirectly kill off this group. Maybe. Probably not. But oh, interesting. White has chosen here to put my group of 3 into Atari to save his corner, which I think he'll do. But look at these 2 and look at these 3. I can play here and put him into a double Atari, but if I do that, obviously I'm gonna sacrifice these 3, so these 3 will live. If I play there and if I kill those 2 off, he probably takes that kill, but then I go here. There's a chance I can kill this whole chunk because I threaten down here. This is I don't know if I meant to do this during the game. If I did, kudos to me. This is a nice little play, but threatened to kill these 3. He linked up, threatened to kill the larger group. Sure, he put the pressure on me, but it's forcing the pressure this way onto his group. And we'll see what happens here. I take the double Atari. Sure. He does link up. I don't think he's going to... no, he'll probably live. I take the kill. Because he'll be able to kill these 3. So... or will he? Because his very next move, he has to go here, right? I don't know. I don't think I foresaw this all during the game. This is thinking a lot of moves ahead. He's got to play here. Because I can take those 5 with my next play, but then he links up into this larger group, which will only have 2 liberties, which I can put him into Atari, but then he'll take these 3. So I think he's still fine. We got a couple points out of that, but oh, White, I think you just screwed up. White should have gone here to save this group of 5, but he chose to take the kill, right? Because he could link these 5 up with this group. We just talked about this. I could put it into Atari again, but it doesn't matter because then he takes the 3, and then that whole group is linked up, and he's totally fine. But he took the 3 instead. That's a mistake because my next move, I get that kill. I kill the group of 5, which is a 10-point swing, right? You take 5 from your opponent, you give that to yourself. That's 10 points. I think that just won me the game right there. And it all started down here, right? That was a bit of a game breaker. I might clip this little bit and redo it just as a game breaker because that's what it came down to. Fascinating. Okay, not a lot of moves left here. Look at this, 2 moves. Pass. Who won the game? Black by, look at that, 8 points. This literally won me the game. This Hail Mary down here. Let's go back to the board. I threatened down here, right? I'm like, hey, there's only a couple moves left. There's literally nowhere else I can attack on the board. Feels a bit greasy sometimes when you get those, but hey, a win's a win, and that was legitimate. And it kind of worked out nice. You threaten those 3 into the bigger group, you push up, and the sort of knock-on waterfall effect of that, we got a kill up here. Mind you, it was due to sort of an opponent error. He shouldn't have done that, but it was only because of the chaos that we created down here. We forced him into a mistake. And that's a win. So, fun game. That went on longer than expected. We'll end it there. Thanks for watching along. If you made it this far, appreciate you. Hopefully you had fun. Maybe you learned something. I definitely recognized a couple things there that I would have done differently. I should have shorted this group up a little earlier. Would have played a few things. I maybe would have connected up down here. So, it's fun to see my own game evolve and sort of rewatch those same plays that I say I would make. So anyway, fun game. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Let's go.